you guys, thanks so much for clicking on my channel. We're all smiles over here. I am Will Sanja. It's like asking a question. Will Sanja help me keep it smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm trying not to keep it long, but y'all already know. If it gets good, I'm gonna keep on talking. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. To go to the next today is, how do you know you're moving in the right direction? I'll tell you. It's when you get a lot of barking at you. What does that mean? You do know that dogs do not bark at parked cars. You do know that, right? Dogs bark at cars that are on the move. And when you are all the way aligned and connected, you're on the move in the right direction that God wants you to be, do, and have. And therefore, the enemy is not happy about that. Why? Because now the enemy knows that because you're moving in the right direction, you're going to do what? You're going to realize that you are already won. You're going to realize that everything is indeed all right. You're going to realize that God is your provision. You're going to realize that God is your protection. You're going to realize that God already got that thing worked out for you. And because the enemy knows that that's going to happen for you now because you're moving in the right direction, he's going to start throwing things at you of negativity to get you off track. Why? Because he don't want you to win. He don't want you to know that you've already won. In other words, that's his job, to get you to know that you have not won. He wants you to know that. He wants you to believe that. And we all know that's a lie. And so when you get negativity thrown at you from whatever direction, just know that is your indication that you're moving in the right direction, and stay on that path. Stay aligned and connected. A lot of times when we get negativity thrown at us from people, places, and things, we get a little discouraged. Why? Because sometimes the negativity comes from family members. Sometimes it comes from neighbors. Sometimes it comes from your coworkers. Sometimes it comes from your boss. Sometimes it comes from people you don't even know. And when it happens, you feel a certain way because you know you have a heart of gold. You have a heart of righteousness, which means what? You loving everybody. So you're trying to figure out why they hating on me. Why they doing this to me? Why do they respond to me that way? Why? The reason why is because you're moving in the right direction, on the path of God, in the path of God. So that's your sign that you are moving in the right direction. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Do not allow the enemy to make you feel that you did something wrong. It's actually an indication that you're doing something right. Something right. Just the other day, I saw some people, I don't know them, but I know of them. I've seen them multiple times to say, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all have a great day. And they spoken to me. And just on the other day, I saw them and they saw me. And you know what they did? I'm laughing because these people are like in their 70s, okay? They saw me. And when I was waving, because I knew they know me, I know they know me, okay? And so when they saw me, I waved. I was like, hey, how you doing? I was just waving. I actually rolled down my window in my car because I was right next to them in my car. And I was waving at them, saying, hey, you know. And let me tell you, the husband looked at me and he rolled his eyes. And then the wife leaned forward and she flew me a bird. She flew me a bird. I mean, she flew it so hard. I mean, when I tell you she flew that bird so hard, I thought her middle finger was going to fall off, that she flew it that hard. And when I saw it, I was like, whoa. I was like, okay. And I just like rolled my window up. I said, all right, God, they are truly being trespassed upon by the enemy. I don't know what's going on with them, but they're going to be all right. And I did what God said to do for them. What? Bless those who curse you. And those who do what? Pray for those who what? Despitefully use you, right? Why? Because in the end, God says what? Vengeance is his. And when you are moving in the right direction, you know when people are being trespassed upon, which means what? You know when the enemy is moving in and through them. I didn't even open my mouth to say, hey, I was just waving and smiling at them. And I got rolling of the eyes and a hard thrust of the middle finger of the bird. And when I got home, I told my husband about it because I was laughing because like I told you, these people are in their 70s. And so when I told my husband about it, he said, oh, babe, they rated you #1. That's all that is. You #1. I said, you know what? You're right. And they didn't even know it. They gave me an indication that where I was on the right track. I'm on the right track. I'm moving in the right direction. Because guess what? When you are on the side of right, the enemy doesn't like it. But if you ain't all the way aligned and connected, and you ain't having a relationship with God, the enemy is not going to bother you. You're not going to get a lot of riff-raff in your life. Why? Because you already on the enemy's side. You already doing his dirty work for him. So why is he going to antagonize you? Because you doing his work. You doing antagonizing other people for him. So he going to say, good job, I ain't going to bother you. What you say you want, that car you want a house, I'm going to get you that. Because you do know the enemy will reward those who are working for him too. He will. The thing is, there's a fine print at the bottom that you don't ever see. You don't ever see. I forget that movie my husband and I watched called, I think it's called Devil with a Blue Dress or something like that. But in this movie, the devil appears as a young lady. And this guy, he's asking this devil to grant me this. And there's always a fine print. I remember the guy asked the devil, he said, hey, I think it's not she devil. I forget. But y'all may know what it is. But anyway, he asked the devil, I want to be really, really, really wealthy. I want to be really, really rich. And the devil says, okay. He goes to sleep. He wakes up and he's in this Mediterranean home. Looks like he's in Miami. And he's like, oh yes. And he realized he's speaking Spanish. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. He just speaking Spanish, right? My Spanish is a little weak. Okay. That's why I'm on the name of numbers. Okay. And so he wakes up and he realizes I speak Spanish. And so he goes to his balcony in this huge mansion and he's looking out and he sees the beach or whatever. And he's going, wow, wow, beautiful. I'm rich. I'm wealthy. And then next thing he hears guns and guns and guns shooting off and stuff right now. And he realized that he's rich. But the reason why he's rich is because he's a drug lord. And then he goes to the devil and asks and say, hey, listen, I'm really in love with this girl. And I want to be so sensitive. I want her to fall in love with me because I'm so sensitive. And so the devil says, okay, I'll grant it for you. And sure enough, he wakes up. And there he is. He's on the beach with the lady that he's in love with. And she's sitting right next to him. And there he is with his guitar. And he's playing her and serenading, some music to her and whatnot. And so the sun is up. And it's just now rising. And he looks at the sun and he goes, oh, the sun is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And he starts to boo-hoo crying. And it becomes a turn off for the young lady. And she leaves like, oh no, I can't deal with this. Which means what? The enemy was granting him his wishes. But the fine print was, yeah, I'm going to grant you your wish, but you will never get what you really want. And that's what the enemy does. He'll say, be on my side. I'm going to get you what you want. But what you really want, you can't have that. I'm going to give you what you want, but it's going to come with sorrow. And that's what God says, where the blessings that I give to you, I won't add any sorrow with it, which means whatever God gives you and bless you with, you're going to be happy with it. There are no fine prints at the bottom. If you want happiness, happiness is what you get. There are no contingencies when you're moving in the direction of God. Y'all, I'm talking a long time. I see I'm almost at 9 minutes. But that's the thing, y'all. When you're moving in the right direction with God, you are going to get some riffraff, some kickbacks. You are. But don't let that discourage you from staying aligned and connected. Trusting God, keeping your seek on fleek, reading your word, knowing what the word says, and standing on it. Don't let the devil, the enemy, trick you, okay? You're moving in the right direction. If you weren't, you wouldn't be getting barked at right now, okay? Y'all get it, got it good? Keep moving forward, getting those blessings, getting those manifestations, getting healing, getting knowledge, wisdom, and revelation. And another thing, don't let nobody tell you that wisdom comes with old age. I told you what those 70-year-olds did to me the other day. Wisdom comes from God. Has nothing to do with gray hair. I think I have a few here and there. But wisdom does not come from gray hair. It does not come from old age. Wisdom comes from God. You get it, got it good? Which means you can be 5 years old, and if you have a good relationship with God, you will have wisdom. Or you could be 20 years old, or 30, or 40, or 70. As long as you have a relationship with God, wisdom is there, okay? Age has nothing to do with wisdom. The relationship with God does. Y'all get that? Got it? Good. Okay, I hope so. If y'all didn't get this thing, rewind and watch again. But in the meantime, in between time, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever have the mask of smile. Why? Because all your smiles will be what? Genuine. I'll talk to y'all soon. Be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed. You're moving in the right direction. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.